Hi everyone, thank you for joining us today. My name is Rae-Ann Santos and I'm joined here with Rocio, Amelia, Alvin, and Rebecca. So our innovation is a 3-year program starting in 2019. We call it Vision 2022, making Californian communities healthier and environmentally stable. So this adheres to the Let's Get Healthy California goal of creating healthy communities. And so throughout this presentation, we're going to go over some background on recycling, waste management, and all of that, understanding how we can do more, as well as our innovation, Vision 2022, making California communities healthier and environmentally stable. So our innovation proposal will include standardizing single stream for the Santa Clara County, making disposable sites more accessible for everyone, maintaining improved community health by using incentives. And so throughout this presentation, we're going to go over our mission, our incentives, leadership and staffing, as well as funding and resources. And now a little bit of background on waste management in the United States and the current recycling benefits. So the municipal solid waste, otherwise known as MSW, more commonly known as trash or garbage, consists of everyday items we use and then throw away, such as product packaging, grass, clippings, furniture, clothing, bottles, food scraps, newspapers, appliances, paint, and batteries. So this comes from our homes and our schools, hospitals, and businesses. So each year, the EPA produces a report called Advancing Sustainable Materials Management, Facts and Figures 2013. That's a mouthful. It's formally called Municipal Solid Waste in the United States, Facts and Figures. It includes information on MSW generation, recycling, as well as disposal. After 30 years of tracking MSW, the report has been expanded to include additional information on source reduction and waste prevention of MSW, information on historical landfill tipping fees for MSW, and information on construction and demolition debris generation, which is outside the scope of MSW. And so now a little bit on recycling. So recycling has proven itself to be a sustainable method of waste management by reducing landfills and continuing to give back to the community on an environmental level. Specifically, places like the Waste Management, WM, have successfully developed methods to convert waste products, that is, products of garbage, yard waste, and recyclables, to reusable energy. Even though recycling and waste management has been effective in the past years, to better create a sustainable environment at an individual level, interpersonal level, and community level, we must do more. And so now I'm going to pass it on to Amelia, who's going to go over some graphs.
Thank you, Rae-Ann. Here I will explain this graph we see here. There is a considerable amount of money, jobs, tax dollars attributed to making recycling sustainable as a form of waste management. Without belittling the results of effective recycling, we recognize that the amount of time, effort, and money spent on minimizing the waste produced in CDC or construction and demolition is considerably high. This observation raises the question of how can we be more environmentally sustainable as a community? Based on the information in the graph, it is clear that the government has no problem spending our tax dollars on community projects through employment and cost of products. But we see that the funds are going into the work to get the projects done, and the money goes elsewhere. Part of Vision 2022 would be to ensure the money stays within the communities by creating sustainable recycling methods to promote environmentally friendly modes of transportation. Now Rocio will talk about innovation proposal.
Thanks, Amelia. Now I'll be talking about the innovation proposal, which is standardized single stream for Santa Clara County, making disposable sites more accessible, maintaining improved community health by using incentives, to eliminate the struggle with thinking about the correct bin and the inevitable misplacing of materials in the correct bin. Our innovation solution suggests standardizing a single stream for all disposable material. This standardization will save time among community members and the waste disposal companies in having to sort through the recycling material anyways. The disposable sites will be spread out throughout the community in easy accessible areas. These sites will be located in high foot traffic areas and public transportation hubs. Now that I talked about our innovation proposal, I will talk about our vision. which is basically to create disposable sites and allow citizens to dispose of their recyclable items through a machine. This machine will only allow you to put in disposable items through a slot, and when closed, it will calculate the total items recycled. This machine will then sort the recyclables being entered by weight and scanning for size and shape. So now that I talked about our innovation proposal, I will move on to incentives, which is basically money that will be given out on a card to each participant based on the calculations of the items recycled. This card will be used for transportation fares such as bus tickets, train tickets, or any rapid transit. The participants may also cash out the amount on their cards for a small fee of $3 if they don't use any transportation. This will allow our community members to help clean up the environment while being able to be incentivized. Now I will be passing it back to Millie, who will be talking about staffing.
Thank you, Rocio. Now I'll be talking about the staffing component of a single stream system. The staffing component of our innovation is based off the framework of the single stream system staffing requirements. Overall, a single stream system requires more staffing versus through Vision 2022 card system will require less. For a single stream collection company to staff facilities such as these requires a large amount of staffing ranging from 14 members, managerial staff such as presidents, vice presidents, co-chiefs, operation officers, financial officers, corporate controllers, human resources, and special project managers, director of business and development and communications, outreach manager, and general manager at specific headquarters. These leadership positions are all key components of maintaining a community-based innovation aimed at improving the wellness of all individuals in the Santa Clara County. In terms of general non-managerial staff, single stream collections require a fleet of truck drivers and waste collectors to operate the trucks, licensed drivers who can operate black hole loaders, which are big machinery, people to organize and sift through recycled waste to pull out unprocessable debris before further processing, as well as supervisors and volunteer staff. Now I'll turn it over to Alvin, who will discuss the staffing, funding, and resources for our card system.
Thank you so much. In terms of the staffing needs of the card system implementation, much like standard business operations, the leadership of the organization that will be in charge of operating the card system implementation will comprise of CEOs, HR managers, and general managers, and other supervisor staff as well. On the logistics side of things, we have business liaisons who will create and maintain partnerships with local and big businesses to ensure discounts for those who use the card system, along with other benefits as well. Accountant officers and bookkeeping managers, these people will be in charge of the finances and keeping track of the money that is exchanged and processed through the organization and between those who use the system. Public relationship managers and staff, they will also be in charge of maintaining a positive image through social media, public events, and other outlets as well. Volunteer coordinators and educators will be in charge of the coordination of volunteers at events and other volunteer needs. Education of the public will be key to maintaining the longevity of the initiative. They will ensure that people know how to use the recycle system and ensure that people know about the use of the card system. This group will work hand in hand with the public relationship department to help spread the initiative's goals. In terms of resources needed, the physical needs of the organization will require machinery such as MRF machines, which are big machines that are organized and sift through trash, and other heavy-duty machinery such as collection trucks and transportation trucks. On the human resource side of things, we have, besides your general staffing needs, which are a valuable resource on its own, because you can't run a company without your staff. We will have volunteers and community partners. The volunteers will be used to bolster our current staffing needs and help spread the word of the initiative, which will help ensure the longevity of the initiative's mission. If the initiative's mission is to assist the community and better the community, then who better to serve the community than the community itself? In terms of funding needs, the specific numbers have not yet been discussed. However, the three sources of income would be the grants received from the Healthy 2022 vision, which will help jumpstart the organization, agreements with the city of Santa Clara to operate within city limits and charge its citizens certain fees, which will act as a primary source of income and will guarantee pay for all of our staff. And lastly, agreements with local businesses organized via accountants and business liaisons. We will gather roughly 0.5 to 2% of the revenue received from discounts and incentives. This will act as a supplemental source of income and will fund further endeavors. With that being said, I will now pass the presentation over to Rebecca.
Okay, thanks, Alvin. I'll go ahead and take it from here. I would like to discuss how our vision of 2022 would improve our community and take the steps in moving forward to a cleaner environment. First, by starting off on how fast, easy, and effective this process of recycling can be with our new system. We would like to place our machines in high foot traffic zones such as schools and transportation hubs. By choosing these locations, it becomes easily accessible to a large amount of people on their day-to-day routines. Our machines do the sorting of recyclables so the participant doesn't have to, which creates a fast and easy process. Quick and easy are two factors that are important for individuals who use public transportation and are on the go. Second, our system creates an incentive for the commuters to switch to public transportation. By putting recyclables in the machine, this transfers money onto a card. The money can be used towards bus or train tickets or other transportation services. Because the recyclables have already been paid for, this saves money on transportation. Using something you have already paid for to pay for something else is a great way, an easy way to save money and the environment. As the commute to work increases, so does the cost to get there. And this system can help reduce the amount of money commuters put towards transportation. This saving can give commuters who normally use their cars an incentive to transfer to public transportation. This system allows the community to thrive as revenue increases to local community businesses. Our point system gives participants who continue using the recycling machines discounts at participating businesses. As participation increasing, so does the discounts. This gives the opportunity for companies to gain businesses from consumers they may not have already had before. It allows their name to be on a different platform and becomes an option for consumers when deciding where to shop. By asking local business to participate, this creates an income that stays within the community. Our vision for 2022 would be to standardize a single system, make disposable sites more accessible in high foot traffic areas, and improve the environmental health in the community. These changes can create a cleaner environment in the community by properly recycling items in the correct sites, help decrease vehicle air pollution with the incentive of cheaper public transportation, and promote businesses for local businesses by the point reward system. As our environment continues to worsen, it is up to us to make changes that will improve the health of us humans and the earth we live on. Although there are some substances that we will continue to be made and hard to get rid of, the least we can do is recycle, reuse, and reduce. Our vision for 2022 reflects these values and will encourage individuals to help in the cause to clean up the earth. Thank you for taking the time.